Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Today is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving here in the United States. So if you're listening to me here from the States, I hope you guys have a wonderful Turkey Day. It's going to be a crazy... No, I don't want to say it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a little different this year than we've had in the past because of COVID. A lot of travel restrictions, etc. But nonetheless, try to forget about all of that stuff and enjoy your family as much as possible because life's too short. We've had a rough year, and what better time to reflect on just the positive than in Thanksgiving. Okay, so I wish you guys a happy one. Anyway, so this episode, I want to talk to you about something very, very important because, as you know, we do a lot of SEO. That's probably our main. Well, it's not our main product that we sell, but it's right up there. And one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I've been seeing it on a lot of my customers' websites, and I've pointed it out to them, and I said, this could be a good topic for my podcast, and it's all about the About Us page. I've been seeing a lot of errors on the About Us page, and I want to help you avoid those errors. So before we get into that conversation, I'd like to point out a few things. Number one, if you want to be a guest on my show, give me a call at 888-416-7752 or send me an email at info@lbmsloc.com, and we'll see if we can put you on the schedule. If there's a topic that you'd like to discuss, and actually, you know what, for this episode and for the rest of the episodes coming up for this year, if there's something in particular, like if there's a series, I've been thinking about doing a series next year for season 2 of the podcast. So I'm kind of helping. I'm kind of getting my audience involved and see, what are you guys into? I mean, do you want a series? I can have a series on just PPC, and then a series on SEO, and then a series on whatever it is that you want to talk about. I'm sprinkling some interviews in there as well. I don't know, but I would love some feedback on that. So if you can send me an email. This one, I'll prefer an email, just an email at info@lbmsloc.com, and say, hey, Frank, for season 2, I'd like the series idea, or just keep it as you've been doing. Feedback like that helps me produce a better product for you guys. So, just do that. Awesome. Also, between now and the end of this year, if you guys want a copy of my book, 7 Steps to Recession Proofing My Business, 7 Steps to Recession Proofing Your Business, excuse me, go out and just go to my website, lbmslc.com/book, and request a free copy if you're here in the States. I'm not shipping it to, I notice I'm getting a lot of listeners in France and the Netherlands and other places like that. I've seen a couple from Vancouver, Canada as well. I'm not shipping anywhere outside of the U.S. So if you want the book, it's available on Kindle, in Amazon, or you can have the hard copy of it as well. from Amazon. So, anywho, now that the housekeeping is done, I want to talk to you guys about the About Us page. Did you know that the About Us page is the second most visited page on a website when you're doing SEO? The home page is the most visited, followed closely by the About Us page, and then the services pages are right after that. So the About Us page is a very important page, and I'm noticing some mistakes that are being done, and I want to point out 6 mistakes that you want to avoid on your About Us page, because content, when people find you, let's say they go to the home page, they find you there, or they find you on a services page, let's say, or maybe on a blog. Before they make a buying decision, they always go to your About Us page. The serious people, anyway. There's some people who are just tire kickers, or maybe they don't want to research all of that. They just want to find out exactly what you guys do. So the About Us page is a very important page. Now, not everybody has one of these, but frequently asked questions page is also highly visited, but still not like the About Us page. And I've seen statistics that actually show that. So let's start talking about these mistakes, because I want you guys to avoid these things if you're doing it today. And these are the 6 things that I've seen across a lot of websites, my clients and other types of businesses that I've seen out there included. Okay, so let's dive in. Because I want to get you guys out early. I want you guys to be out and Thanksgiving and enjoying that turkey with your family. But anyway, I know you guys probably won't even listen to this until after Thanksgiving, but let us know how that went. Anyway, back to the topic. I'm sorry for digressing, folks. I'm just super excited about tomorrow. I love getting together with family. All right, so the number one thing you want to avoid, the number one mistake you want to avoid is if it doesn't show your personality in the About Us. Okay. And the reason I know that this is a huge problem is because, some of my clients are doing this. I mean, a lot of them. And we know how, thankfully we help them. But here's the deal. This is very common with when you do some writing on your website. See, people default to the corporate speak, and they start using different type of phrases, stuff that they don't normally use. They want to cut out the jargon. You want to cut out the jargon, and just write like you talk, or hire somebody that knows how to write like you talk. Okay. Small businesses in a nutshell, folks, should not hide their personalities behind a veil or boring corporate lingo. Not small businesses. Leave that for the big. I mean, I understand. I always talk to you about leverage, what the big boys are doing, but not in this case, okay? There's nothing wrong with a fun or clever voice, especially in the About Us page, and especially if you're a small business. For example, for a great example of this, you want to check out Velocity Partners. They have a page in Who We Are. I'll probably put a link to it in the show notes so you can check it out if you'd like to do that. It's so you can see it. They are a B2B content marketing agency. Okay, it would be easy for them to be pretty stiff and stuff, but when you see the sample I'm going to show you on the show notes, they wrote, pretty little, fun little blurbs about what they do. And that keeps their customer engaged. And it also, their potential customer engaged. And it also lets them know a little bit about that company. So that's important. So you want to do something like that. You want to leverage something like that. Number 2 mistake is that it focused too much on you. Okay, I understand. Yes, it's called an About Us page, right? So you gotta talk some about yourself, of course, and or the company, but if you draw out a huge thing about a whole dissertation about who you are and all this stuff, and that's all you talk about, you're gonna lose them. So I'm sure most of my listeners are aware who Dale Carnegie is. He famously said this: a person's name is to the person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Okay? The quote speaks to a broader point, right? The most interesting thing in our lives is us. So understand this. So while your reader may have some interest in you, what they really want to know is how you can benefit them. And this is a Dale Carnegie thing. So I want to repeat the quote. He says, a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. So it's one of those quotes that you think, okay, this is what he's, but what he really means, if you dive deep in there, is that you want to avoid that, right? I understand you got to talk about your company, but not overly do it. So you have to relate your story back to a benefit for the reader. Okay. So your potential, whoever your potential customer is, this doesn't mean that you should turn your About Us page into a sales page. Okay. But you should include what sets your company apart from your competitor and how they can solve their problem. Okay. That is key. I wanna emphasize number 2 because this is one of the biggest issues that I've seen. Number 1 as well, but number 2, for some reason, it becomes I saw this just in 2 of the websites that we were redoing for one of my clients, and one of them said, hey, I'd like a rewrite. The other one turned it down, but it's either here or there. But the point is that it's often that all they do is talk about them. But you want to make sure that you have your story there woven in, but that story has to connect with the reader, and that reader has to say, oh, okay, now I know that these guys can help us. Okay. Number 3, it doesn't have a strong headline. If the headline on your About Us page says About Us, we need to fix that like right away. Okay. Your headline needs to hook the reader right off the bat. So, that because it's above the fold. That doesn't mean that it needs to be flashy or clever. In fact, clever copy can sometimes be confusing, and you just want to aim for clarity. Okay. So a good example is on the About Us page, is a site called Copy Hackers, and I'll give you a link to that on the show notes. The headline reads, helping great businesses build audiences. It's short and to the point, and it tells you exactly what the company is about. Helping great businesses build audiences. That's pretty cool. I mean, I like that. I mean, that's powerful. So you don't want you just want to make sure that you have a strong headline. If it doesn't have a strong headline, that's a big mistake. Number 4 is if your About Us page does not include social proof. Okay. You can talk about yourself until you're blue in the face, and it still won't have the same impact as someone else's words, period. One study showed that 88%, and I'll share this study also in the show notes, 88% of consumers trust user reviews as much as recommendations from friends and family. Testimonials and reviews can be, sprinkled throughout your website for a little dash of, word of mouth promotions. So that works. And you can also include a list of clients you've worked with. That's also a cool thing in the About Us, like kind of sprinkled in. Okay. Number 5 is that if it doesn't show your face. I'm huge in this. Small businesses, guys, we're small businesses, or even solopreneurs. If you're a solopreneur, we don't have the marketing budgets typically and resources that giant megacorps have. Okay, but we do have an ability to forge genuine relationships with our customers. Period. It's much easier, folks, to create a relationship when you put a face to the brand. When it's just a lot easier. I know I quote this guy a lot, but the digital marketer guy that I always follow, I follow him a lot because he's got some good stuff. His name is Neil Patel. He knows this, and that's why he puts his face all over the website, because he understands the power of that. And all you have to do this, folks, is all you got to do is hire a photographer for a few hours, get some professional photos taken, and of yourself, and put them and your team as well, and add them to the page. That's it. It's not a hard thing to do. Okay, and it's not expensive. Number 6, last but not least, if it doesn't tell the reader what to do next. Huge problem. I've seen this I've seen this so often. It's terrible. See, when you have a lot of traffic volume coming through your website, that most other pages, the About Us has a high volume. Okay. It's a perfect opportunity to ask the reader to take action. Okay. You can redirect them to, say, a sales or product page or whatever. Or set them to, say, a contact page or a consultation page, or whatever your business is, or maybe a services page. You can also use this to ask readers to sign up for an email list, probably like a newsletter. You can increase your conversion rate by offering a lead magnet on this page. The lead magnet can be a free giveaway to readers, or you want to it's also some sort of video series, a training guide, a checklist. It could be anything, really. And if you could do it on that page, they'll find you. You want to make sure that the call to action stands out, though. So I've seen some where people are not making this mistake, but the call to action is kind of hidden. You want to make sure that it's real. It's like make it a button. Okay. So it's your turn now, guys. I want you guys to take a look at your About Us page. And if it has any of these 6 mistakes, I want you to correct it. So, before the end of the year, that's your homework between now and the end of the year. All right, so it's real simple. I want you guys to get off on a banging 2021. All right, so here are the 6 again. The 6 mistakes. If it doesn't show your personality, make sure it shows your personality. Whether you're writing it or someone else is writing, it has to be your personality or the personality of the business. Number 2, it has to focus. If it focuses too much on you or your business, it's not a good thing. So make sure you dial that back and make sure it relates to your potential customers. Another mistake is if it doesn't have a strong headline. Look at your headline. Make sure that it's eye-catching. Number 4, if it doesn't include social proof, very important. Number 5, it doesn't show your face. Very, very, very important. You want to do that. You're a small business. You're not some huge, you're not Microsoft, okay? And number 6, if it doesn't tell the reader what to do next. Call to actions are very, very important. So your homework for today and the rest of this year, go to your About Us page. It's a highly visited page, especially if you're doing SEO or any kind of online marketing. People are going to go. They're going to check you out. They want to meet about your business. Go there. Make sure you don't have these mistakes. And if you do, fix them, update them, and watch your business explode. All right, folks. This concludes this episode. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy. And for those of you who are here in the United States, I want to wish you a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Until next week, this is Frank Deming, the local business guy. Take care and bye for now. Peace out, everyone.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.